Bullford, and this is Uncut News. Eddie Doolall and Avalon Jagnadan, the two businessmen who were caught up in the East Bank Demerara land sale scandal, are now directly implicating James Bond in the scheme. Jagnadan was leased from Nissel some 15 acres of land at Peters Hall, East Bank Demerara for a sum of US $11,000. Those lands were then transferred to a Chinese national for $100. The report further stated that there seems to be a controversy between Avalon and James Bond over the land sales. However, Jagnadan's reputed wife is claiming that all her documents with Nissel are legal and that Bond is trying to set her up, and her husband. However, another media report is claiming that the businessman did in fact admit to the crime and told police that the whole scheme was Bond's idea. So, hey, we'll see how this turns out. Yesterday, 15-year-old Rocky Saw died after his 16-year-old friend accidentally shot him while showing him his father's gun. According to reports, the boy broke the lock on his father's wardrobe to access the .32 caliber pistol. The boys were reportedly home alone when the shooting occurred on Tuesday evening. However, questions regarding the timeline of events have arisen as he was taken to the hospital supposedly hours after the incident. Saw was declared brain dead and subsequently died after they pulled the plug on his life support yesterday afternoon, while the suspect is expected to be charged with the killing. Sad, 2 lives snuffed out over one silly act. Moving on. As you know, the Rona raged through the Lusignan prison last month, leaving over 290 inmates with the dreaded disease. Now the prison service is releasing 65 non-violent offenders in keeping with efforts to reduce overcrowding in all prisons. Gladwin Samuel says all the inmates were convicted for non-violent offenses and were near the end of their sentences anyway. Now's the time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2011 Toyota Sienna with 7 seats, TV, navigation stereo, crystal lights, mag rims, fog lamps, rear fold-down screen, and much, much more. Pay cash for $2.5 million or pay down as low as $500,000 with $48,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at 171 Peter Rose Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamaha Street, and tell them Rico sent you for this sweet, sweet deal. The Bureau of Statistics is preparing for the 2022 population and housing census. Ahead of the census, they are beginning a 4-week mapping exercise to update their maps in preparation for the activity. This mapping exercise begins tomorrow. The mapping will take place in all regions except regions 8 and 9. According to the Bureau, the workers will be clearly identified with badges and jerseys, so don't let anyone try to scam you by pretending to be with the government. They are not if they don't have the official badges. So tell them, hold their ass if they try any funny business. Days ago, police in Suriname captured 2 of the suspects in connection with the recent murder of elderly businesswoman Bibi Ramjeet of Lagrange, West Coast Demerara. However, reports indicate that one of the 2 reportedly escaped shortly after being handed over to police in Berbice. According to Guyana Daily News, the 2 were being held at Springland Police Station at the time. Only the male suspect was shackled while the female, who they actually considered the mastermind of the crime, was not. She requested to use the washroom and was escorted by a police constable, then by some mysterious circumstance she just up and disappeared. This sounds like another halal pork story. Anyway, this nasty-looking bastard is 38-year-old minor Rick Roy Mitchell of number 53 Village Quarantine, and he has been remanded to jail for the murder of 16-year-old Charnette Charles of Northwest District. Mitchell was not required to plead to the charge and was remanded to prison until February 2nd, 2020. It is alleged that he strangled Charles between November 14th and 15th. No other details were provided. But what we do know is that around midnight on Saturday, Charles and her mother were drinking with a set of men in Barometer. 3 hours later, they went home with one of them. The shop owner then told investigators that the mother returned to the shop alone, and then by sunrise they found her child's body behind her house dead. It's November, people. Robbery season. If I were you, I would consider getting security for the home or business. I personally recommend Chef's Security Service. I find that they are the most professional with well-trained armed or unarmed guards. Get some security this Christmas, people. Still in the Northwest District, the Ministry of Labour and the GGMC say they are investigating the death of 26-year-old miner Errol Ramjeet, called Tushi. Tushi was reportedly killed in a mining accident at Arena Bakdam around 2:30 p.m. last Sunday. Ramjeet was working on an operation owned by Steve James of Port Kaituma. He was in the mining pit operating a Maroc engine when a section of the pit collapsed upon him, and he was pronounced dead on arrival. It's now time for today's Runner Report. Today, the nation recorded 62 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 143. There are now 7 persons in the ICU and 757 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 4,976. So, please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds, and remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. In Trinidad, Heritage Petroleum is responding to an oil spill which occurred in Woodland yesterday. The company says that after receiving a report of a spill near Newcut Channel in Woodland, they dispatched a team who quickly found the source of the leak and is in the process of clumping it. Heritage also promised that work will be done to clean up all affected areas. A wildlife rescue, conservation and rehabilitation team has also been engaged. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your existing hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy through Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. St. Vincent and the Grenadines are set to nominate Rochelle Ford as the Speaker of the House of Assembly. She will be the first woman to hold this position. She is no stranger to politics, though. Ford previously served as a government senator for the ULP and deputy speaker from December 2005 to January 2010. And now for our weird news story of the day. Thinking of relocating to another city? Well, if you move to northwestern Arkansas, the folks over there will pay you to do so, and they'll even throw in a free bike. Seriously. The Northwest Arkansas Council's Life Works Here initiative announced it is offering aspiring residents of the region a payment of $10,000 to relocate, as well as a street or mountain bike for enjoying the area's 162 miles of paved trails and 322 miles of mountain biking trails. But if you're not a biking fan, you can also get a free membership to one of several museums and cultural institutions in the region. Too bad our government isn't thinking of something like that. That'd be pretty nice, don't you think? Moving on. You use proper lube on your sweet woman, don't you? Then why not your engine? Keep your engine running smooth with Syntec lubricants, manufactured specifically for tropical climate and built for hard-working engines. Syntec is available nationwide and is imported and distributed by Caribbean Motor Spares. Call them on telephone number 609-7621. Syntec's lubricants drives your journey. Moving on to our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we just might read the best ones in the polling episode. Yesterday's question was, what do you think about the whole situation about the Haitians in custody now? Ephraim Daniel Vaughan said, seriously, the Haitians are seeking a better life here. And just like in Cayenne, those same Haitians are hardworking people when it comes to cutting grassworks and building houses and so much more. Romella Ford said, the police needs to let the Haitians go. Guyanese should respect people coming here to work for a better life, just like how we go to other countries to do the same. They are treated this way because they don't have sufficient representation. The police can liaison with the Association of Haitian Nationals in Guyana. Letting them work will benefit our economy instead of wasting resources keeping them locked up. Essequibo Island said, the PPP sees the Bloc Haitians as more P and C votes. Remember Jacques Dio held a press conference to say 8,000 Haitians entered the country and did not leave? It turned out that they were just passing through Guyana. Alright, good answers, people. But before I get to tonight's question, I have to tell you that now available at Ravinas on Water Street and Anons on Regent Street. It's a special customer appreciation sale. Vinylay for $2.98 per yard and rubber tile for $4.88 per yard in a wide variety of colors to choose from, including wooden floor designs and tile designs. We have beautiful colors to match your home, office, or school to make your floors look marvelous. For fast and comfortable shopping, visit us at Ravinas on Water Street and Anons on Regent Street, or call telephone number 225-6595. So tonight I leave you with this question. The government is now preparing for the census in 2022. Do you feel that there will be any major changes in the demographics, or are we just going to get those same tired old numbers we've been throwing around for the past 30 years? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we just might feature it in Friday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Noriko Bullford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here. or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now!